What's up, fam? It's your boy G-Man, and you are listening to the Superhero Brothers podcast. Guys, on today's episode, we're going to be giving our reaction to the absolutely wild Antman and the Wasp Quantamania trailer that recently dropped. Guys, when I tell you, I have never been more excited for a movie. Like, honestly, my scale was like Black Panther, Avengers Endgame, and now Antman and the Wasp Quantamania. Like, Marvel keeps just stepping up the bar, especially with this latest film. I honestly feel like Kang not only is the most powerful villain, but the most devious villain. Like, he is manipulating Ant-Man into doing what he needs to be done.
Let me make this easy for you. You will bring me what I need, or everything you call a life will end.
In order to get more time with his daughter, which obviously I don't think that's going to happen, of course, but it'll be crazy to see kind of how Kang the Conqueror's dynamic is so different from the He Who Remains Kang variant from Loki Season 2. But before we get into all that, can we just highlight how my boy Ant-Man finally got a serious film? Like, the first two ones, yeah, he kind of just felt like the comedy button in the jokes, but this one, it really hits home. It hits on the dynamics of the father-daughter relationship. You can see that he's obviously missed a lot of time with Cassie, and now Cassie's grown up into this whole new person that he doesn't know, and kind of going down the path he did with having troubles with the law. And of course, I believe he wants to change that. You know, he's got his relationship with Hope. He's trying to get all that time back, and it's like, you know, you can never truly get time back. So wrestling with that dynamic, how can he get more time with his daughter? And so, of course, end up getting sucked into this quantum realm, and Kang has a mission for him. And basically, he's like, if you complete this for me, I'll give you the one thing you want, which is time.
Man who can give you the one thing you want. What's that? Time.
With his daughter, because obviously Kang has this great big invention that he needs Ant-Man to help him build, which is, I assume it's going to be his timeshare in the comics, which allowed him to go over timeline to timeline. And the Wasp mom's character said, don't get that for him. If he gets that, he will be able to basically jump through timelines and destroy them.
Rewrite existence and shatter timelines.
And of course, with Kang being a conqueror, we can only assume that's what will happen. But with all of that being said, I kind of have a bone to pick with Kang, because I'm like, homie, if you were such a great conqueror, why do you need this small man to get this little time thing? Like, honestly, like, Loki, you have an entire army to get this. Why you need Ant-Man? It's like, oh, the shrink tech. But I'm like, I feel like if Kang is as advanced as he is, he wouldn't need it. But obviously, there's got to be something. I don't know what angle Kang's playing yet, but I'd be super excited to see. But as well, we got a callback to a actually classic Ant-Man villain in MODOK. So you got to see him appear kind of closer to the end of the trailer. And there's been some crazy theories running around that MODOK is actually Yellow Jacket from Ant-Man 1. Imagine that. Honestly, I hate to say it, but that the character, the actual actor, I don't remember his name. His act wasn't all that memorable. But imagine if he comes back as a villain, being like, do you remember me? And I only remember his rage. But I think that would be a crazy callback and kind of like a full circle moment in terms of time. And also, my boy Ant-Man was getting bodied. Kang was just ragdolling him, and it wasn't like funny scene from the Avengers where he's like slapping the guy back and forth, like. No, like, Kang was actually out there stomping on this dude, boxing him, throwing him up against the wall, and he's like, you think you can win? That's honestly going to be, I feel like, his quote of the year.
You thought you could win.
I saw that, I was like, bro, this Kang is nothing nobody wants to mess with. Like, I'm super excited to see not only how Jonathan Majors elevates this character, but how he evolves throughout the upcoming shows like Loki Season 3, as well as the movies, because Kang's got his own movie, Avengers Kang Dynasty. So, like, how he's going to body the new Avengers, how they're even going to try to stack up with him, I'm super, super stoked to see that. Now, what's even crazier is we saw as Ant-Man was getting bodied, I don't know if Ant-Man actually makes it alive out of this film.
I don't have to win. We both just have to lose.
Which is crazy to think about. Like, can Cassie actually take on this mantle? Is she ready to do so? Like, who actually survives out of this family? Like, there was no indication that the Wasp survived. It obviously looked like Ant-Man was dying. Maybe he is, maybe he's not. But if my homie's dying, like, rest in peace, Scott Lang. Like, you were a GOAT. Cut it! But, I mean, it'd just be really interesting to see whether he survives. I hope he survives. I think Paul Rudd does a great job as Ant-Man. But at the same time, I think it would kind of be cool to see, like, one of the kind of lighthearted heroes really take almost a dark turn and be like, dang, like, this villain is for real. It's not like, oh, he kind of killed someone, or, oh, he hurt them and they're just in the hospital. It's like, no, like, dude's dead. So super, super pumped for this trailer, or excuse me. So super, super pumped for this film. It comes out February 17th. Your boys already got tickets. I'm actually going to see it February the 16th. So you know right when that movie drops, I'm going to be at the theater, the first one watching it, and bring you guys all the spoiler-free news about it and whether you should go see it or not. With all of that being said, we're going to go ahead and take a quick turn into our Daily Bugle news and rumors. First and foremost, we're actually going to go with DC on the docket this time. And guys, when I tell you, I've never been so frustrated with an organization in my life outside of maybe Ashley Furniture because of how terrible the customer service can be sometimes. You tell me how The Flash, Ezra Miller, the man who had over like 25 assault battery charges, this man is getting off by paying a $500 fine and going a year on probation. This man literally choked people, throwing chairs at people, became a real-life supervillain, and like the justice system all of a sudden is like, oh, just pay $500, do this year of probation. Yes, I know he has courses and a variety of other things that go into that, but I'm not gonna lie, homie should be doing jail time. And to me, that just means like justice system is kind of broke. Like, I don't care that he's a movie star. How can he be like, oh, I realize it was wrong. They're going to pull my movie. Let me make a statement, say I'm going to go to therapy, and then not suffer any real consequences. Like, blows my mind. Like, is there actually an Illuminati Justice League that's pulling the strings? We'll never know. But with that being said, I don't know if he will continue to be the Flash post this film. I hope not. I'll be totally honest. But it will be very interesting to see. However, we have gotten notes from those who've had early screenings of The Flash, and they absolutely loved his performance, which is baffling to me because I didn't think his performance was all that strong in the first two iterations of the Justice League films. However, we'll just have to see. I'm hopeful, but also it's DC, so you can't put all your eggs in one basket for them. So let me know what you think. Do you think Ezra Miller's punishment should have been more? Do you think his punishment is just right? Do you think, for some crazy reason, his punishment should have been less? Let me know in the comments, guys. But in keeping with DC, James Gunn has openly said that he would be very open to working with the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 cast on the DC side. So, guys, do you know what that means? We could get Chris Pratt as Booster Gold or as Guy Gardner, the third Green Lantern on Earth. You possibly could have Dave Bautista be Bane, and when I tell you, I think he would absolutely body that role. I'd be scared for Robert Pattinson. I'd be like, bro, you might get broke. You might get broke in this film. Like for real. Or something that would be really interesting is if they actually cast him as Hugo Strange. So Hugo Strange is kind of an underrated Batman villain, but he really gets inside of the Dark Knight's brain and really challenges him mentally as well as physically. So that'd be interesting to see because we know Dave Bautista is trying to always expand his roles in his just repertoire as an actor. But those are the kind of characters I would like to see them play. Guys, let me know in the comments which DC superheroes or supervillains would you like to see the Guardians of the Galaxy cast play, or who do you think they would be best cast as? Also, as an update for those of you who are watching Titans, Season 4 Part 2 officially drops in April, so that means we got T-minus 3 months and counting. This season has been the absolute best that I've seen so far. from the twists and turns, from the Connor Kent, Superman, Lex Luthor struggle. You have Nightwing. You have Tim Drake learning to become Robin. You have his own kind of like little romance thing. I won't get too much into it because I don't want to spoil too much for you guys. And we got Brother Blood and Raven. Guys, this is an absolute awesome show. But with part 2 of season 4 coming out, guys, you definitely want to watch it. I know I'm going to be watching it, and I'm super excited to see what's going to happen and how will they actually stop Brother Blood? How are Beast Boy's transformations going to occur? Will we actually see more of them live? Like, I don't want to see the tiger or the bat anymore. We know he can change to other things, and we've heard it off screen, but we haven't seen it brought to the screen. But with that, we're going to go ahead and dive right into Marvel. So first and foremost, we just got an update on Spider-Man 4. It supposedly has a $200 million budget and will not start filming until the end of 2023, which is understandable. We know Tom Holland wanted to take a break from these films for a while. I know this is going to be a street-level film, so I'm really hoping Charlie Cox and maybe even John Bernthal make an appearance. I wonder, like, who are the villains going to be? Do you think it'll be Scorpion? Do you think maybe the Vulture comes back? Maybe we get Rhino. Maybe we get a Goblin. Who knows? So super excited, guys. Let me know in the comments who you think that villain will be. And will we possibly see, like, a Gwen Stacy or Liz Allen, another love interest, arrive onto the scene for Peter Parker to kind of like make his way? All right, guys, so we got some major crazy news. During the Super Bowl, Marvel will be releasing an exclusive trailer for Secret Invasion. So guys, remember, this is when the Skrulls are invading the Earth. This is kind of Nick Fury's last mission, so super excited to see what they show us and what we can kind of expect going into March. Guys, 2023 is the year of the superhero, and I could not be more excited. So with that being said, we do have some studio updates from Marvel. We know a couple shows, including Agatha, Covenant of Chaos, which has been pushed back all the way to 2025, and What If Season 2 has been pushed back to 2024. We also have got an update on the movie Armor Wars, has been pushed back to late 2024, but the events of Secret Invasion directly kick off what happens in that film. So I'm super pumped that they did push it back rather than putting it ahead of Secret Invasion, and also rather than making it a show, they're making it as a film, and so we just get to sit there and enjoy 2 hours plus of just pure story, action, and impact. So guys, I'm super, super pumped about that. Let me know what you guys think about the delays, what characters you would want to see in season 2 of What If. So with that, film, we're going to go ahead and wrap up today's episode. If you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to give us a 5-star rating. This will ensure that not only we stay consistent with our content, but we are providing content that brings the most value add to you, guys. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere there's a podcast platform. The Superhero Brothers are keeping you in the know. Also, be sure to subscribe to all of our social media handles, whether that's Instagram or YouTube. That's at Superhero Brothers. We're rolling out workout videos as well as giveaways. So with that, it's your boy G-Man, and you have been listening to the Superhero Brothers.